Welcome back. You're watching us here on Halftime Report. Now, this is a special segment, Private Equity Corner, where we talk about investments in private equity, catch the trends early as we see it. And today, we're talking about decoding Bharat, which is basically, the hinterland of India, tier 2, tier 3 cities, etc. as well. Venture capital firm Accel will invest up to $1 million in pre-seed startups in AI as well as Bharat. To discuss this and more, we have Accel's Anand Daniel and Prayank Swaroop joining us. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining in. First up, the Accel Atoms 4.0 fund that you've launched. Wanted a little more on this. What is the size of the opportunity that you see on, in Bharat itself? What are the key portfolio areas that you're looking at, the ideas? And if you could, delve into the challenges of scaling up in Bharat as well. Anand, go first.
Awesome. So thanks for having us, Mangalam. So the Bharat opportunity, as we see it, is a pretty large one. As India scales from 3.5–4 trillion to 8 trillion over the next decade, we feel a lot of that is going to be digitally led, the growth of the market, as well as a lot of it is going to come from Bharat. What we call as Bharat is the tier 2, 3 and beyond rural villages. And we feel there's a lot of market cap creation opportunity if you go after these opportunities. If you take India overall, if you look at the GDP to market cap, it's almost at a 1:1 ratio. When 4 trillion new market cap gets added, we feel at least 4–5% of that is going to be digitally influenced in Bharat, which is 200 billion or more of opportunity for founders to build amazing solutions for this audience.
Okay. Anand, if you could just narrow down in terms of specific ideas or a pipeline that you're looking at when it comes to this Bharat opportunity, things that you might be interested in or on the anvil in terms of investment? Awesome.
So that's a great question. So I think there are 4 or 5 areas we are excited about. If you take the consumer in this category, they aspire to spend in the same categories as Metro and Tier 1. And if you look at retail, can they get better on the food side? Can they get better grocery, FMCG experience? If you take non-food, can they get equivalent experience in fashion, beauty, personal care? So the Bharat consumer wants everything that, at the higher end of the Bharat consumer wants everything that the Metro and Tier 1 consumer wants. That's one. The second area I would focus on is financial products, be it wealth products, maybe in a physical format, insurance, or the traditional lending. Third would be education upskilling. Can we ensure that the people from Bharat get high quality education and can get better employment opportunities? And then the last one I would add is probably the content, be it entertainment in regional languages specific to Bharat, or be it astrology and other areas where people spend time. These are probably 4 areas. Maybe the ancillary areas, consumer brands created for Bharat would be the 5th area if I had to add one more.
All right, so consumer brands created for Bharat, the financial aspect of it all, the retail aspect of it all, you're looking at education and you're also looking at content for Bharat as well. Very recently, one of the companies, Apps for Bharat, secured some funding coming in from Nandan Nilekani's fund as well. Priyank, from the current portfolio of investments that you have, which ones would you say are, catering to Bharat, and which are the ones which you believe that, can actually scale in Bharat beyond the metros right now?
So I think, thanks, Mangalam, for having me. So with respect to the intersection of Bharat and AI, let me take that as a thought process one. So we have a company, for example, called Arivihan, which recently had a lot of success in the MP state boards. They provided personalized education to students for doing well in the exams. So imagine like a personal tutor who does not get irritated, upset, and adapts to the student and understanding what the student is trying to understand and keeps on explaining with multiple examples the same concept. So that is one of those companies which is right now serving the hinterlands of Madhya Pradesh, but tomorrow they can serve actually any student in India, anywhere in the world, anywhere in India. So that is one example of a company which is what you're asking for. More importantly, I think in terms of Bharat, a lot of, like what Anand mentioned, there are a lot of aspirational customers. So it's not that just a brand can start in Bharat, but they can go globally, or they can start from the tier 1 markets and then go to Bharat. So we've seen those examples as well.
Okay. Prayank, if you could just highlight any of your investments currently which could probably go to market. You have a whole array of them. Book My Show, Browser Stack, Flipkart, Freshworks, CureFit, Mensa Brands, Myntra, Swiggy, which would probably be the most in terms of interest here. But which ones would probably hit the markets, the public markets soon?
Anand, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, all these are good scale companies which are ongoing at different scales of evolution, right? So as you know, we feel many of these are getting ready. As you already know, Freshworks is already a public company.
Yeah,
and
except for Fresh.
many of these are getting gearing up, and we feel good about how the portfolio is shaping up. But unfortunately, can't get into details here.
Let's bowl a bouncer at you, Anand, because Swiggy has filed papers confidentially for the IPO. The reports that we have right now, they're looking to upsize that by issuing a component of fresh issue as well, as against just an offer for sale. So is that true?
Bouncers are meant to be ducked, I think. I need to do a duck on this one, right? So unfortunately, I won't be able to comment on anything regarding that at this time.
Okay, but give us a sense in terms of what kind of gains are you probably sitting on in terms of your investments, see on an average across this portfolio that you have.
Yeah, that's a good question. See, I think most of these companies, right, from a Flipkart or you mentioned Swiggy and everything, we were the first seed investors in these companies, which means less than when we got in the company, had 2 people in an idea or a very small team. So we're the first check in many of these, which means our value when we got in is, and on a $1 million basis would be less than 10 million or so, if I were to pick a number, when we got in, right? So, and then obviously the company raises many rounds of capital and scales. So it's not like we're targeting any one particular thing. Venture capital, as you all know, is for high risk, but if it works out, can it be a very large outcome? And that's the whole premise here.
A one-word answer before we let you go, running out of time. What's the MOIC that you expect on Accel Atoms for?
Wow.
Prayank.
Well, I think the way we think about this is if we can find any number of amazing companies, we'll invest as much as possible. And like Anand mentioned, we're entering these companies very early, pre-seed. So, I mean, the sky is the limit, to be honest. Right? So I think there is no, I mean, the answer is like infinite, actually. So,
all right, take that point. Infinite opportunity in Bharat and perhaps for investors as well. Wish you all the luck. Yeah, Anand, you were making a point.
Sorry, last point is we're looking for the next Swiggy or Flipkart or Freshworks. So these can change the way India and globe operates. So those what we're not worried about MIC or anything like that. We're truly looking for awesome founders trying to change the world.
All right, so if you have a good idea, up to, on September 16th is when they invite applications. Accel Atoms 4 is, a platform that they're looking at investing up to $1 million in each of these Bharat and AI-focused companies itself. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining in. Good ideas coming in and good opportunities, perhaps hope on the other side as well. But on the other side of the short break, we'll talk about markets and a lot of stock-specific action. Stay tuned.